What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Souls-like discussion here on the channel. This time we're going to be talking about the first Berserker Khazan demo that is now out in the wild and more gamers are getting their hands on it, and a certain amount of Souls-like gamers are actually calling this game too easy now. Whether it's the parry system feeling a bit more refined or the stamina feeling a lot more forgiving now, Souls-like gamers are dying less and struggling less, so it has them thinking, maybe this game is too easy now. And although I can make a case that this game is still going to be challenging, I will agree that my time during the demo went much more smoothly than my time on the closed beta, and so I made a video talking about how I felt. The parry system and the stamina just felt better all around, and therefore I was struggling less. But I wanted to bring attention to something in this game that I feel just makes this game easier in general, whether it's the closed beta that happened or the demo or the final game. There's a certain element that stands out here that is going to make it a much more approachable experience for a newcomer to the Souls-like genre. And that is the Lacrima, or aka Souls, system. Now we know when it comes to the Souls-like genre that dropping your souls upon death and then having to retrieve them is one of the core elements of this genre. Well, with first Berserker Khazan, they spiced it up a little bit in favor of those who are struggling. And this is a pretty huge deal because no From Software games are doing this, no Souls-like inspired games are really doing this either. And that is when you die during a boss fight, your Lacrima or souls will be placed outside of the boss door. That's one thing. And also you will accumulate Lacrima with every attempt. That's a big deal right there, and I don't think we're talking about it enough. Now imagine you're playing this game and you're dying over and over to a boss. Each time that you revive, you're going to see on your screen that you accumulated a certain amount of Lacrima, depending how far you get in the fight. So if you get pretty far into second phase or third phase or whatever, the further you get, the more Lacrima you're going to accumulate. So after every attempt, you're gonna get those souls, right? And then pick up the souls that are left outside of the boss room and just gather those things up over and over the more you die. And eventually you're gonna be able to level up multiple times. And not only that, but you will also earn skill points over time and failed attempts as well. So it's a constant progression of your character, and no failed attempt really feels like a wasted opportunity. And this is something that is kind of unheard of with a lot of Souls games. This is not a routine thing. This is very outside the norm. And so for having this kind of system when it comes to retrieving your souls, that alone is going to make this game much more easier and approachable for newcomers. And for those who have a lot of Souls experience, like myself, or maybe perhaps you watching, we might tend to look at this thing as, wow, that's kinda easy mode. Not to mention the fact that this game does in fact have an easy mode. You can go into the settings after the first boss, I believe, even in the demo, you can go in the settings and change it to easy mode. So those two things alone are going to separate first Berserker Khazan as an easier Souls-like experience. Never mind the parry or the stamina being more forgiving, or us just sharpening our skills much easier because of those systems getting better. We're talking about a retrieval of souls, aka Lacrima, in this fashion. And that is pretty wild. I did, of course, notice all of this during the closed beta and the demo, but I was kind of saving the conversation for my how-tos and actually things you need to know going into the game once it's closer to release. But since we are kind of discussing the difficulty in this game and maybe it lacking that difficulty that Souls-like gamers are looking for, I figured might as well get the conversation going now. I'm sure for some looking in as maybe a beginner to this genre and somebody who doesn't like hard games, they're probably looking at the opinion that this game is too easy and thinking that's crazy. What is wrong with you guys? Why are you such masochists that you need difficulty for the sake of difficulty? And I could totally see where they're coming from. Yeah, we are kind of crazy like that. And I'm not really on that side yet. I don't think it's that easy to where I'm feeling like, man, this is gonna ruin the experience. I'm not feeling that, but I can agree that with the demo especially, I felt a difference in the difficulty. It felt way more manageable and easier to confront these bosses and these enemy encounters. So I'm kind of on the wait and see until the full game, and once it's out and I'm playing through it, I'm definitely gonna let you guys know an update on all of this. If the game feels too easy, I will let you guys know. That's where I'm kind of standing right now. Let me know what you guys think about this retrieval of Lacrima, the Souls-like retrieval, and it giving you souls every time you lose to the boss. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel like, man, that is just way too easy? I don't like it. Or are you open to it? Especially as a newcomer, I think this is great for you guys to jump into and get into this genre for once, right? Because I know some are kind of waiting for that game to be a bit easier and a bit more user-friendly and not be so defeating. And being stuck on a boss for hours can be defeating for newcomers. They don't want to do that sometimes. And so I think this will give them incentive to keep going and keep trying. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.